All right, kiddos, let's talk lines today. So there are three general types of pairs of lines in geometry. The first one is parallel. Parallel lines will never, ever meet. They always stay the same distance apart from each other. So parallel lines would be like this, or like this, or like this. Okay, or you can have parallel rays, parallel line segments, any of those, but I'll use a lot of lines. So parallel lines, if you notice in the word parallel, it has a bunch of parallel lines here. Again, think of a ladder, okay? Those sides, they never get any closer to each other. Or the rungs on the ladder, they're never gonna get any closer to each other. Okay, parallel lines never meet. So we could do an example like that if we needed to. All right, intersecting lines. These lines actually do meet. These lines cross each other in some way. They intersect. That's why we call them intersecting lines. So they might look like that. Okay, they could look like this. As long as they touch, as long as they cross somehow, some way, they are intersecting lines. Now, there is a specific kind of intersecting lines that we call perpendicular lines. And perpendicular lines do cross each other. They are intersecting lines. However, they cross in a very specific way. They cross with right angles, okay? So if you remember, a right angle is 90 degrees, okay? It looks like this. So if two lines or line segments or rays cross each other, okay, and they cross and make a right angle, 90 degrees, then you might see that little box in them. But you know that those lines are perpendicular, okay? They are perpendicular lines. They cross at a 90-degree angle. So if you have the option of writing either perpendicular or intersecting for an answer, always go with perpendicular because it is a better answer. It's a more specific answer. Yes, perpendicular lines are intersecting, but if they intersect at 90 degrees, always call them perpendicular. Okay, so that is that. Now let's say we have a trapezoid here, okay? And you have to figure out if there are any parallel lines or perpendicular lines, okay? Let's say we are looking at the top and the bottom, okay? What kind of lines would these be? Exactly, these are parallel lines. They are never going to get any closer or any further apart. So those are parallel lines. Let's say that we have a rectangle here, okay? And I want to know about this side and this side. What would we consider that? My fancy, beautiful drawing here, okay? This side and this side, they meet at a right angle, therefore they are perpendicular lines. Okay, so be on the lookout for lots of perpendicular lines, parallel lines, and even intersecting lines. All right, enjoy.